Coming up on this program, we show you how to get connected. Find out how to choose an internet service provider. Discover the newest form of communication, electronic mail.
Ways down and ready to ride. One by one, billion by billion, and holding up half the sky. Raise your hand if you're ready and willing. If you know it's time. Time for a girl on fire. Time for a girl on fire. Time for
Hello. I hope everybody's doing well today. I don't know how long this shirt will last. It was glitching me out in the Matrix earlier today. Oh, look at my friends. Thank you so much for being here. I see you in the chat. See, look. Bro, you can't reveal my Matrix shit. I don't know how long we'll be able to do that. It's okay if it's like this, but not like that. We might have a problem. Anyways, we'll see if I need to change. That'll be the question of tonight. But until then, I would love to know what you had for dinner. If you didn't like what you had for dinner, tell me what you wish you had for dinner. Pass. Shh. When too much of me shows, it removes some of my clothes. I wish. That would be so funny. Homemade spaghetti and meatballs. Bill, that sounds delicious. I hope everybody's doing well. Tell me, like I said, what you wish or what you had for dinner or what you wish you had for dinner. I have already worked out today, feeling pretty good about that, although it's been raining solidly all day, still raining, and we had an earthquake this morning, quite a large one. So dealing with that, you know, the after effects when I Google things. And then, yeah, so I walked in the rain for quite a ways, but that's fine. I enjoy the rain. Also, if you missed it this morning, we made a quiche. Oh! I said, don't disappear. Hi, Courtney. My hands are up. It's not me. I'm gonna have to change. I'm gonna have to change. Roll on G, I do love you. But I feel like, yeah, an invisibility trick amongst us. And this shirt is sort of green, I get it, but it's not like, it just seems triggered by my hands. By my love. The bigger my love, the more it's triggered. Anyways, we continue the saga. The depressing way to sell it, Paisley. Actually, here's what I thought earlier today. I was walking in the rain and I thought to myself, oh, we're gonna have to go listen to these people tonight. And I thought, I wonder if therapists have clients. And of course, as I think it to myself, I'm like, of course it's right. Like, therapists must have clients that they don't want to talk to or see, right? And I feel like we are therapists for these people. Will we see the outcome, Vicky? I don't know. It's happening in real time. They are coming back in October. There's fucking 18 witnesses. It's a nightmare, an absolute nightmare. I don't dispute that, but I guess therapists at least get paid, right, by the person to listen to them. So there's that. There's that. I don't know. Have I seen The Sopranos? Yes. I have seen a long time ago part of The Sopranos maybe. It feels very 2000s to me. Um his therapist wanted to get rid of him as a client. Yeah, my sister as I say the words, I'm like, "Oh, should I say it?" My sister is a hairdresser. She doesn't really like it. She doesn't like being a hair. That's enough. Don't overshare about her. Anyways, regardless, one day we were talking and specifically about like certain clients, and I said, you can get rid of a client without being rude to them because she hates confrontation. She's the opposite of me. She doesn't like to confront people. She doesn't want to be upsetting, anything like that. I'm like, you don't have to. And I suggested to her that she get absolutely horrendous, disgusting shampoo. This that stinks, but here's the key. She has to set it up, right? The client has to come in, she has to begin the overzealous sales pitch of this miracle shampoo, blah 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 blah. But it's not going to do anything amazing. Not like that. Not like Casey Carey saying hi. Oh, I'm disappearing. Anyways, you know what I mean? And I said to her, I was like, they might not happen the first time, but the second to third time that you put this absolutely fucking disgusting shampoo and conditioner in their hair and it smells fucking like trash and does nothing, they're not going to come back to you. They're not going to come back and fight you about it. They're just not going to call you anymore. They will go find a new hairdresser. It's the type of thing that, like, will happen. Because here's the thing. If somebody put that on my head, I would say something immediately. These are passive-aggressive people wanting to avoid passive-aggressive people. That's my theory on it. Anyways, I just said to her, I was like, you could just have a protocol. If you just realize that this customer is somebody you don't really want to be your customer, just use the gross smelling shampoo on them and subliminally, believe me, they will maybe move on. I used to live with a hairdresser who was absolutely vicious in her critiques of clients, customers. I don't know why I put parentheses or air quotes on that, because they were also her friends, because she ran a salon at home and she also had another full-time job. So she was busy and had a shopping addiction and liked making money. And so she would line up a lot of people on a Saturday or a Friday night or a Wednesday night or whatever and do hair. She used to do my hair and she did a great job. Still, amazing hairdresser, right? But she would have girls come in, and I remember so distinctly one time this girl came in and she brought this picture. And my friend, the hairdresser, looks at her and looks at the picture, and she goes, "Yeah, I can do your hair like that, but I can't make your face look like that." And she was like, she goes, "Yeah, but your hair, I can make your hair look like that, but that ain't gonna fix your face." And I was just like, oh my God. Like, she was savage, absolutely savage to people. But she meant well. She's like, this hairstyle in reality isn't the best one for you. I can do it for you, but you ain't gonna look like this person with it. My sister would never. And I mean, of course, probably maybe shouldn't. I don't know. I don't know what the protocol is, but I do remember she was like a vicious, because I lived there too. She was like, it was quite funny. She'd do my hair really early on a Saturday morning. Sometimes she'd wake me up super early, kick open my door, literally kick it open. "Hey, get up, doing your hair." And of course, when somebody's willing to put 1,000 foils in your hair and you have the most golden, bleach, blonde, gorgeous hair in the entire world, and they charge you $60, you fucking get up. You get up and you handle it. You do whatever that person asks you to do all fucking day. You know I'm right. Any ladies out here know I'm right. Believe me. People be showing up at 3 o'clock in the morning if she was offering to do it. But and she was a real hairdresser. It wasn't like a gimmick. Like, she was trained as a hairdresser, but she was a hustler is what she was. So she had multiple jobs. And she was just like quick with the, yeah, $60, but it was better than any $300 hair appointment I've ever had. You know what I mean? You walk out, and I know why now. Like, the foils, she did so many foils, which means she did tiny little sections, which takes a fuck ton of time if you're not quick. And so when you see like these chunky highlights and all that, it's laziness. She didn't like doing bad hair. You walked out of there with fucking great hair, but it was begrudged. It was begrudged on you. I'll find a picture of my blonde hair. Like, and here's the thing. It is, like, if I could have hair like that right now, I would. But my sister even quoted me $500. Like, it's so expensive. Anyways, let's get watching the court that we have for tonight, because we can't put it off any longer. It's been 11 minutes already, Paisley. Come on. Let's go. While you find the blonde picture, okay? Okay. 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 Ugh. Here we go.
We've always had gallery. You don't get.
Who doesn't like the fat face on the camera? Sometimes it's jarring, my dear. My hair's very long, and I need it color corrected if I don't keep growing it out, because I've been dyeing it dark.
Jesus,
Yes, Judge.
I just wanted to let you know that, and I don't know if it's a setting or not, but when you're on, it's streaming, you don't get everybody's pictures. You only get one person at a time as to who's speaking.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah, and that hasn't happened before.
Oh, I haven't.
You need to change your settings, Jesus, to gallery instead of present speaker.
I've always done gallery for forever.
Is it on gallery now, though?
Yes, it is. I've always set it to that.
Well, you didn't last time, Jesus. We fucking saw everybody's fat faces.
Yeah, because we've always had that. We've always had gallery, and this, I happened to see it on a TV just before.
Yeah, the YouTube stream should look exactly what those, our devices, but
Yeah.
I don't know what to say about that. Okay, I think we're all back here. So, okay, one moment. Let me get this back on the record here. We're back on the record.
Okay, next witness, Mr. Bartel.
Thank you, Don Plain.
Okay,
Was he on the same device as?
yes.
Cindy, yes.
Hold on, I do not see the. Okay, here we go.
Bruh, you changed your camera angle, Ori. Why are the kids out of the pictures now? It's tattoo time. It's tattoo time with Ori. Check out my arms. Actually, I'm gonna change my shirt. Tattoo time, Tony.
Ms. Plain, I see you're back. Is your husband going to come on at this point?
Yes.
Okay, have him come in.
Don?
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Plain, we're going to take some testimony from you. If you would raise your right hand, we'll have you sworn in, then we'll proceed.
Okay,
Do solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you are about to give shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Go ahead, Mr. Bartel.
Thank you. Could you state your name for the record, spelling your last?
Donald Plain, Plane.
Okay. Do you know Chloe Cronkite,
Yes,
and how do you know her?
she is my great niece's stepdaughter,
And who is your great niece?
Kelsey Cronkite.
And did you see Chloe, I guess, or have interactions with her on more than one occasion?
Oh, many.
Okay.
Family dinners.
How often? Family dinners. Family dinners. How often would you see her in general?
Couple times a month for a couple of years.
And so you were usually around family dinners. Were there any other times that you would see her too?
Birthday party once. And then, of course, during the tragedy.
To clarify, these people are all testifying. Oh my god, now my hair is going away. I need my hair. We can't deal with that. Why is it worse? Anyways, to clarify, these people are all testifying on behalf of the grandparents. This is still their case in chief. And they are, oh my, why is my green screen showing like that? I'm so embarrassed. It's like when my panties show, but I don't wear panties. This is terrible. Oh my god.
And other than that, that was pretty much it. Family dinners on Sundays, and then again, the tragedy a couple of times.
Okay. And who would bring Chloe over to your
Usually,
house?
usually Kelsey. Ori would
Was
make
Ori there?
He'd make it once in a while. When we first started them, my wife started them 2.5 years ago, a little over 2 years ago anyway. He would come once a month, maybe once in a great while. They'd stop in another time. If he'd make it once, then another time, a couple of weeks later, he might come in later in the afternoon. Most of the time it was Kelsey.
Okay. How would you describe Chloe prior to the end of November 2023? Like how would you describe her? Was she bubbly? Was she outgoing? Was she
Yeah, she was pretty good. She was good. Yeah. Family, kids are all here having a good time, and she was real sweet. The couple of the kids would come run and jump up in my lap sometimes on the easy chair. Giggle a little bit and hug and just talk, have little conversations. They were pretty smart little kids.
did there come a time when Chloe's demeanor changed?
I noticed some. Yeah.
And when was that?
I'd say that the last fall that it was, I don't know, maybe, I think that early in the year, this year, when we would have family dinners again, they made it a couple of more times. There was some, it seems like more reserved.
Okay. Did she seem sad or depressed?
Quiet, a little different than normal. She would usually come up to me and, or I would go to them because, they're children, and not quite as receiving.
So something was off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, excuse me. Yes.
Um, at some point was, I guess, this family dinner that include Kelsey and Chloe, did that stop?
Yeah, they quit coming.
And when was that about?
Well, right near March and mid to end of March.
My birthday is in March. It's March 25th. Mark it in your calendar. Don't worry, I'll mention it a million times. Yeah. Why is he sitting like that now? Ori? That's such a mansplainy way to sit.
So did you ever see Chloe around Jamie or Carlina prior to the end of November 2023 when their relationship kind of ended?
I've seen them around, um, yeah, a little bit, yeah. More when I would see Jamie and Ori, and
So could,
see the kids come and see them at the work site. They did some work for me, and so we became close. And I would go and look at their jobs every now and then. The kids would come and say hi to their dad and grandpa.
and did Ori ever indicate anything to you about Jamie and Carlina and how they were as grandparents to Chloe?
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. It would always be, Jamie loved him. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, they were real loving, and so it's just sad. I'm sorry, I'm just breaking down a little bit. It bothers me. They were loving, very loving to him, and the kids were when they would see Papa, especially in the Papa, all of the kids, and well, that's what I observed anyway.
I guess my question is, did Ori ever indicate to you as to how Jamie and Carlina were as grandparents
Yeah, I
to Chloe?
loved them. How great
So
they
he-
were. How much they helped him and how they took care of him. That he had a lot of respect and love for him, and that was like a brother, and we were like that.
Anything else that Ori would say about Jamie and Carlina that you can recall?
No,
Was it pretty clear that they all got along?
yeah, very well. Yeah, that was always always seemed very happy time. Close. You know. All of a sudden.
You're making me sad, Dawn. You're not helping, Aaron.
I guess after November 23, or I think you said the beginning of 2024, Chloe seemed different.
Yeah.
Did you ever address that with anyone?
Just with my wife.
Okay.
Yeah. We talked about all of it.
And with regards to Kelsey, um, was she ever inappropriate in front of the kids? I guess, with things she would say.
Yeah,
Chuckles. Yeah, it was fucking hilarious. Yeah, yeah. What a weird response here. Also, I am an Aries, an ENTP, and I was born in the year of the dragon. So, and if anybody cares, um, yeah, yeah, sir. Tell us more about it. Hurry up.
absolutely.
And without saying the specifics, I mean, generally, I mean, would she swear a lot?
Foul mouth.
Okay. Did she ever bash or denigrate Taylor Morgan in front of Chloe or the
No.
other kids?
No,
Okay. Was she very controlling?
much.
I'm sorry?
Very much.
In which way?
Well, better pay attention. There's, raise voice, take control by the power voice and being blunt. Never. I don't think I ever saw a cuss right at them, but it's in front of them. So it was never at the child specifically. It was just, lots of different conversation going on. And anyway, it's just a situation where the children, we really wish it wouldn't happen. And quite often we would shush it. My wife and I don't put up with it, and we'd have to put a damper on it.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Okay. Miss Reed, any cross?
Briefly, Mr. Plain, can you hear me?
Yes.
When we're talking about these conversations that are happening in front of the kids, are the kids like playing in a separate room and might overhear the conversations, or are the kids like in with the adults and adults are talking?
They would still be in with us. It would be right at the end of dinner time, maybe, or midterm, and then, close to the end of dinner.
Okay, but when Kelsey's talking, is she talking to the adults about things?
Yes.
Okay, I have no further questions.
Okay. I do, just to clarify, if I could, Mr. Plain, as you talked about Chloe, that her demeanor changed, and then you said she was different. You mentioned that she was quiet and not as receiving.
Yeah.
Anything else? Because those are kind of nebula. I mean, quiet, obviously, and not as receiving are pretty nebulous. So anything else that you notice as far as difference in Chloe?
She just wasn't as responsive as she had been previously for months or longer. We were close.
Good news, ladies and gentlemen. The return of an icon, a checkmark boy icon. We Gotta Chase returns tomorrow. Who's excited? I am. Guess what? We still have cooking in the morning. We have work to do in the morning. We can't all be on vacation all the time, Mikey. That's great. I'm so glad to hear it. I'm glad that you're safe from the storms. I want everybody to be safe from the storms and the weather. And the prodigal? Yeah, the prodigal channel returns. I can't believe how fast the time has flown by, but I was working doubles by design. Thank you so much, Mikey. I'm so glad that you will be back tomorrow. Maybe I'll even redirect my show over to you. It'll be a couple hours after, but regardless, every little bit helps. I noticed that you're very close to 75K. Do you think that'll be tomorrow? A 75K party upon your return? I didn't take over the 4 o'clock time slot. I took over the 1 o'clock time slot. Pass. 1 Pacific, or 1 East, which is 10 Pacific, is the time slot that I've taken over. And I'm not giving back right away. But we hope to see, we will be there. We'll be there with bells and whistles on. I don't know what you wear. What do you wear to We Gotta Chase? A lot of people don't wear anything. I agree. All right, let's listen to this misery of a case. Welcome back, Mikey.
Even children. I'm drawn to children. They're drawn to me. We're close. I love my family, and these little children were a delight. And so it would always be. I would hope that I was aware of how they would be. They got in trouble on the way here in the car or something. But this was just a difference. Not as happy as always as usual. And say, "Hey, how you doing?" And she's okay, just fine.
Objection, hearsay.
That'd be
Yeah, you can't say what she said, but you can say what you observed.
Yeah, I observed her to not be as responsive.
Well, you say responsive, but then you say not as happy. So
Yeah, not as outgoing, not as trusting. I think. It's hard to put a finger on it when somebody has a more of a quiet demeanor.
okay, that's all I had, Mr. Bartel. Anything else you have?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay, Ms. Reed, anything?
No.
Okay. Sir, that will conclude your testimony. You're free to go. Have a good day.
Thank you. You also are, Your Honor. Thank you.
Next witness, Mr. Bartel.
Sorry. I'm going to call Alyssa Toledo.
Aaron, get
Okay.
your shit together.
What was the name again?
Elizabeth Toledo.
Hold on. I have 2 iPhones that are not named here. I have an Andrea Toledo. Are they related?
They are sisters.
But it's not the right one right now.
Hold on.
Always hard when somebody doesn't follow the first rule that says re-identify yourself so that we know who you are.
The message wasn't, or I couldn't message anybody, but I'm not able to see myself on here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
What's your name, ma'am?
Alyssa Toledo.
Oh,
Listen.
Yes. I tried, it wouldn't let me message, like the option was not available.
Well, you basically just have to go into your settings and allow the video to
That's right. That happened today.
to run, and that's probably
I was just waiting. I didn't, it was a different screen for some reason. Sorry.
well, okay. Now you're present with us.
Well,
Okay.
Thank you.
What?
never mind. I thought that was the sister. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh yeah, this is Alyssa.
Okay. Ms. Toledo.
I'm sorry. I don't know why that's so funny. This is funny too, but also when he look at the smile on his face and then him being like, "Sorry, I thought it was her sister." Like you fucked her sister, bro. Hey Christopher Engelby. All my favorite people are here tonight. I'm so glad y'all are here. Look at his face. That's the funniest we've seen. That's the nicest we've seen Aaron look. Somebody was trying to ship me and Aaron last night. Not gonna happen. I'm way too much for him to handle. Way too much work.
If you would raise your right hand, we'll have you sworn and then we'll take some testimony.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you are about to give shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Bartel.
Thank you. Can you state your name for the record and spelling your last name?
Alyssa Toledo, Toledo.
And do you know Chloe Cronkite?
Yes.
And how do you know her?
That's my cousin.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you're related to Taylor Morgan?
Yes.
And who is she to you?
My cousin. My first
Okay.
cousin.
First cousin.
Yes.
And just so I understand, Carlina Toledo how is she related to you?
She's my aunt. That's my dad's sister.
And what was the first, how long have you known Chloe?
Since she was born, I've been in her life.
And how often would you see her?
I would
Approximately.
like she would come over like since Taylor was incarcerated or since birth. I've seen her like every time she comes over and visited. Like I would see her like it would be like once a week when Taylor was out, and then because she was over at my aunt's all the time, so I'd come see her there and play with her and stuff.
Okay, so you would go see her over at Carlina and Jamie's?
Yes.
Okay. And how long were these visits usually?
They would be a few hours.
And would you interact with Chloe?
Yes. We would play.
And you would play, okay.
Yeah.
And would you see her interactions with Carlina and Jamie?
Yes.
I guess could you just in general describe those interactions?
Yeah, she would cook with my aunt, like bake cookies, and she would always run in their room, and she had a little play area set up in their room, and she would watch the.
Did she say cookies? I was thinking about something else. And now I want cookies. That's not good, Paisley. Drink water. Go find water.
Tablet with them. Like they watch little movies on there together, like YouTube, and she would always like show her like all the stuff to us, like the YouTube videos she'd watch and like laugh with us about it. And she had like the Barbies in there, and they would play with her down there with the Barbies, and she would just always follow my aunt around. She would be like, "Nana, I want Nana," every time I was.
Objection, hearsay.
Okay.
Oh,
Hey, Ms.
sorry.
Toledo, you can't say what the child said. You can say what you observed, but not what she says.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay, that's all right.
Okay. So she would play with the toys with her, like Barbies, so would I. And she would just follow her around, and then my aunt would always do her hair and stuff like that.
Was Chloe ever apprehensive or afraid of her grandparents?
No, never.
How would you describe the relationship?
It was really close relationship. She would sit on my aunt's lap all the time, and she would take naps with my Uncle Jamie.
Would she show love and affection towards her grandparents?
Yes, she would always hug and kiss them. She would always run up to them and tell them she.
Is it a universal grandpa thing that they nap? I think it is. Her papa was napping. That's so sad. And she wanted. Oh, and these people. Well, no, they are on her family side, so. Oh, this case is sad. I found some water.
Yeah, hug and kiss them.
Were you ever around when it was time for her to go back home to her father?
Yeah.
And could you describe, was there, how would she, how would she receive that, or how would she act when she would have to go?
She would sort of throw a tantrum. She would just be like really uneasy and unhappy about the situation. She just wanted to stay. Like she didn't want to go.
Would her demeanor change?
Yes.
Okay. In which way would it change?
Well, she would like hold on to them and she would just cry.
Um, would you, anything else you would do with her other than, I guess you said it was about once a week or so that you would go over there for a couple hours and play with her and stuff? Did you see any other, did you do anything else with her or see any other interactions with her and the family?
Yes, we would go to Chuck E. Cheese together and we went out to eat several times and also we went shopping on multiple occasions and also to McDonald's to the play land there and would eat.
Would you ever see Carlina or Jamie be physical towards Chloe?
No, I never have seen that.
And did you ever see anything inappropriate, at least that you saw from Jamie or Carlina towards Chloe?
No, sir, never.
Did you ever hear Carlina or Jamie ever tell Chloe that Ori is not her father?
No, never.
Did you ever uh, did you ever hear Carlina or Jamie bad mouthing Ori in front of Chloe?
No, never. They always got along for the most part.
Until November 2023?
Yes.
Were there times that Ori would come and hang out with all of you and you would be around to see that interaction?
Yes, sir.
And I mean, I guess how would Ori be towards Jamie and Carlina during those interactions?
They would be laughing and talking, just normal.
Did they seem really close, especially Jamie and Ori?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And did you know who did or witness who did I guess, laundry and cooking and cleaning for Chloe?
Yes, my Aunt Carlina did.
Okay. And um, did Chloe have her own bedroom at
Yes,
their house?
yes. It was a nice room too. She had her own big bed and closet full of clothes and shoes and toys, just everything in there.
And that was her bedroom?
Yes, sir.
And was she having to share that with anyone else?
No, sir.
Did you have an occasion to see Chloe recently at a dance recital?
Yes, sir.
And when was that?
That was it was like a couple months ago.
Okay. During the summer sometime?
Yes.
And where was that at?
It was at a school, in Marshall. I'm not sure the school's name, but yeah.
And so what was this recital? So it's a dance recital?
Yes. It was her first recital. And me and my grandma and my sister went.
And can you tell the court what if anything Ori was doing that seemed odd there?
Yes. So we were
I'm
there
gonna
for about
object
3
to
hours.
relevance.
Okay,
Well,
Mr.
I get,
Raquel?
well, Your Honor, I mean, if you be willing to give me some leeway as to, I guess, how Ori and his actions trying to cut off the minor child from even seeing family in a public setting and such, I think it still goes to all the factors, Your Honor.
I bet you guys are going to object to the relevance of me bringing in this delicious quiche that I made this morning on stream. Doesn't it look amazing? Yeah, it does. It looks fucking perfect. Picture perfect, in fact. Picture fucking perfect. I would have shown you both of them, but one of them is gone entirely. Looks delicious. Oh my god. So delicious. I wanted to show you guys this before I'm sure they eat this other one. But this quiche recipe is super easy to make. I guess next time I would make 4. But I did price it out and it was $15 for 2. So that would be $7.50 each, which is not ideal, but there was a lot of cheese in it and and you could cut that price if you remove the bacon. You could get it down to like $5 each. You could also probably make the pastry for cheaper too. Anyways, but that's cheap. And yeah, never remove the bacon. Anyways, looks so good. If you want to know how I made this, I posted the video this morning. We did it live. And it turned out honestly really good. I made it with mushrooms, onions, green onions, bacon, cheese, lots of cheese, and flavor. What else did I put in it, guys? Oh, cream. A little bit of cream. A little bit of cream. Yeah, and I agree. It's not bad to feed multiple people. It's a good lunch thing. It's a great thing that you can put in the fridge. The calories. How many calories these are? Is it that many? If it's the only meal I eat, actually. Anyways, the good news is, again, 2 teenagers and a man, and then me. This 2 quiches don't really last. Apparently, also, this is deep dish in Canada. Okay.
Okay, I think it's obviously, I'll allow it because it does address various factors under the
And
best
because it looks
interest.
great.
But
Thank you, Judge.
again, so I'll allow it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You can go forward with your testimony.
Okay. So we were there for about 3 hours and we were waiting for Chloe and she was at towards the end of the recital. And so when we were sitting there, we had like front row seat. Well, we moved to the front because the first half of the recital was done. She was the second half, part of the second half. So there was rows available, like the front rows. So Ori and his son went to the front in the middle, like into the front of the stage, and I was like just looking for Chloe and I was trying to like, wave for her to see. Well, he was like standing there trying to, make sure she didn't look over. It seemed to me like because he was
Objection,
just
speculation.
I'll sustain it.
Okay. So let me ask you.
Unless he did some activity that would show that, but it does think speculation if she's just assuming that that's what he was doing.
Well, let me ask you this, Ms. Toledo. Did you ever make eye contact with Ori?
Yes.
Okay, so he saw you sitting there.
Yes, he did.
Okay, and where was he sitting originally?
They were a couple rows behind us.
Now, I want to clarify, couple rows behind you when you got up and went to the front or originally?
Originally.
Okay, so you said you got up and went to the front row or towards the front.
Yes.
Is that the time then he got up as well?
No, it was when he noticed that she started um doing her dance. It was
So,
like he moved up. Well, I didn't really notice when. That's the thing. I didn't notice right when he went up there because I was looking for Chloe, and then all of a sudden I seen him and the baby standing there, and it was after like she started because I was looking for her so I could get her
so what,
attention. Yeah.
so what was he doing? Was he standing right in the front of the, I guess, is this an auditorium?
Yes, and he was the only parent doing that.
Everyone else is sitting or behind, correct?
Yes, sir.
And so he's just standing up there. And was your view obstructed by him?
Yes, somewhat because
Okay.
he was standing there in the middle.
Okay. And I guess after that, you watch, I guess, the recital
Yes.
the best you could. Okay. And then what happened at the conclusion of the recital or the dance?
So
I do all my own cooking.
afterwards, after she was done, um,
Yes.
so after she was done, we were like, okay, she's done, and we wanted to tell her how good she did and stuff. So, and let her know that we were there because she didn't obviously see us there. So we went to exit the doors like everybody else, and so there was Ori's dad Bill standing there at the doors, and he was guarding it, and he was looking at
Objection, speculation.
Maybe lay a foundation, Mr. Bartel.
So when you said Bill, the father, was guarding it, so can you describe how Bill was acting, like how his position was by the door?
Yeah, he was holding it open, and then he said, there's
Well,
something coming through.
Objection, hearsay.
Yeah, you can't say what somebody else said.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Your Honor. So he was just standing there looking angry. So he was looking intimidating to me. And
Okay.
my sister was scared to go through the door. So
And so did you continue to at least try to say hi to Chloe or see her despite that?
yes, sir. So
Okay, and then where did you go after that? Or what happened next?
so there's a hall to the left, and there's a bathroom. And my sister had to use the bathroom. And so I was like, okay. So I waited for my sister, and that's where Chloe would be coming out. Well, Ori went to the back to grab her and Bill. And so as they were coming back down, Ori had her in his arms, holding her like she was a 2-year-old baby. And like she couldn't walk. And her head was looking straight back. She was not moving her head around, made sure her head was towards the wall, and would not look around. And I was trying to talk to her. I was like, hi, Chloe, I love you. And she would not look around and address me at all.
Was Ori doing anything that you could tell obstructing or prohibiting her from moving around?
Yeah, he was holding her like a baby with his hand like behind her head. So it just,
So it looked like to you that she couldn't move her head based upon where his hand was positioned.
yes, sir.
And at some point, did Mr. Cronkite say anything to you?
Yes. So he proceeded to walk out the double doors after that, which is leading to the exit. So my sister came out the bathroom, and so we're walking towards as well. Well, I started walking because she was waiting for my grandma, and so I'm walking towards, and I was trying to tell Chloe how good she did and that I loved her. And that's when Ori said, "This is weird," and said a cuss word, and I said, well, what's weird? And he was like, that you're walking right next to me. And I said, I'm just trying to tell Chloe that I love her and that she did good, and I'm leaving as well. I'm walking with the crowd, and I didn't see no wrongdoing. I'm just telling her that I loved her and that she did great. And then that's when Tammy was like, because he put her next to his, like in the middle of them in the group of the family, and that's when Tammy was like, tell her I love you.
Objection,
And,
hearsay.
oh, sorry,
Abstain.
I'm sorry. And so we just proceeded to walk out the doors after that, and then we left.
Well, to the best of in your impression, did she seem the same as what you saw of her prior to November of 23? Like her
She
demeanor?
No, she seemed like nervous and scared to me.
Did she seem apprehensive of you?
She just seemed like she had to act like I was a stranger, which was very offensive because I just seen her at Walmart. So that wasn't the case because I'm not sure, we haven't got that far, but she ran up to me, gave me
Yeah,
a
we'll
hug.
get there in a second. We'll get
Okay.
there in a second.
Yeah, so like, right. So I was just like, offended because I'm like, she knows me, like, so I'm like, this is odd behavior. This is not normal behavior. This seemed coerced.
Objection,
So,
speculation.
well, she's
Abstain.
just describing her feelings as to how I think we all can see someone and their actions, and she's describing her feelings of how it felt.
I make quiche.
And
Yeah.
obviously the court can parse through that as to what weight it wants to give it, but she's giving her what she's seen and what she feels is the case. And
Well, if she can identify particular characteristics or things that happen, but I think otherwise, it's just a projection. So I'm going to.
Well, that's her feeling projection, I guess, in the moment.
Okay. Well, I'm sustaining the objection.
Okay. So, Ms. Toledo, did you see Chloe also previous to that a dance recital?
Yes.
And about how long before then?
That would have been about, I would say, just like a couple months before that, literally.
Okay. And where did you see her?
At Walmart.
Okay, so you were shopping at Walmart?
Yes, sir.
And what Walmart were you at?
The one on Beckley Road.
And where in Walmart were you at when you saw her?
I was in like the candle aisle. The wax
Okay.
smell was like kind of, it wasn't the end aisle, it was the second aisle. So
Okay. And who was she with there?
she was with Tammy.
And who is Tammy?
That's her grandma.
And just so we're clear, is that Ori's mother?
Yes, Ori's mother.
Okay. And so you saw Chloe. Did Chloe see you?
Yes, she did.
And when she saw you, what happened?
She ran up to me and jumped and gave me a big hug and a kiss, and she said, I miss you, TT.
And then at some point, did Tammy come and get Chloe?
So actually Tammy seen me first. Well, I seen Tammy. We both locked eyes, and I said, hi, Tammy. And because I noticed that she was with somebody, and I was like hoping it was Chloe. So that's when Chloe heard my voice, and that's when she ran up to me. She ran up to me and said, hi, TT. Oh my gosh.
Objection,
Hi,
hearsay.
TT. And gave me a hug.
Well, all I can say is that, Mr. Bartel, what's your response?
Well, there's two. I mean, she didn't object to the first one. Second, she was clearly running, excited, and I think this does still fall under 803.3. Then existing mental, emotional, and physical condition. That's kind of the stereotypical, I think, example.
Well, I don't think it's, I guess you say, definitive or dispositive in any regard. So I'll sustain the objection because we'd already heard her reaction previously.
Thank you.
Okay. So after that, did Tammy take Chloe, I guess, in a different direction, or I guess how did that play out?
Yes, they then just went their separate ways. We just went our separate ways. Well, she told me, she was like, yeah, Chloe's birthday's coming up and stuff like that.
Well,
And
you
I was like,
can't talk
oh,
about
okay.
that's hearsay.
And
Yeah,
You can't-
you can't
yeah.
say
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
what somebody else
But-
said, regardless of who they
just-
are.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, yeah, then we just went our separate ways after that. Then just to wrap that up. That was
Okay.
about it then.
Okay.
Yes.
I guess just to wrap this up,
Oh, Canada.
was it evident that Chloe had a very close bond and loving relationship with her grandparents?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And why do you say that?
Because she just always wanted to be over there at their house and around all of us, and she loved doing stuff, and she would even go to my aunt's salon with her, and when she would work sometimes, and she just was always excited to be there.
And Jamie and Carlina provided, at least for that year and a half, 2 years leading up to November of 23, provided money and support for Chloe.
Yes, sir.
And would they put her interests before their own interests?
Yes, sir.
And no further questions, sir.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Reed, any cross-examination?
Yes, Miss Toledo, when you were calling up to Chloe saying, I love you and I miss you, were you telling her that you would see her soon?
Yes, I did.
Okay, I have no further questions.
Anything else as a result of that, Mr. Bartel?
No.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Toledo, you're free to go. Have a good day.
Thank you so much for your time, Your Honor. Have
Thank
a
you.
good. Thank you.
Next witness, Mr. Bartel.
I am going to call Andrea Toledo.
Okay,
I lost her. Oh wait, she's back. Hold on. The
How
device
much
had
do you
dropped
think
out.
this is costing these people?
Ms. Toledo, you'll have to unmute your mic. Bottom left corner of the screen.
Can you hear us, ma'am?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now. Ms. Toledo, we're going to take some testimony from you, so I'll need to have you raise your right hand, be sworn in, and then we'll proceed.
Okay.
Find a place that you can sit down so we don't get
Yeah.
any other issues. Plus, I can't stand to watch that because I get
Yeah.
motion sickness, so people move
Yeah,
around.
I didn't want to get sick either, Your Honor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Sorry.
no forgiveness.
please raise your right hand, ma'am.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you are about to give shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Bartel.
Thank you, Your Honor. Can you state your full name and spell your last for the record?
Andrea Toledo.
Holy Toledo, there's MB. MB, thank you so much for the PP earlier today. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'm so glad to see you. Have you been released from Siberia? I mean, Idaho? Was it North Dakota? God damn it, Paisley. Remember. It was North Dakota. Right? Fargo, North Dakota? For some reason that sounds like Idaho to me. Houston! Oh, go get some tacos, MB. Go get some tacos from Jack in the Box. Go get some Jack in the Box tacos. House them down in honor of me. That's what I would do if I was in Houston. Oh, NPC. That's what I did when I was in Houston last time. Oh, love me those cheap ass tacos. Thank you, NPC. You're so sweet. Oh, I do too, Casey Carey. I think about it all the time. One day, they'll be back within my reach. Back within my grasp. If I didn't live on an island, you can be sure as shit I would be driving to one. But the extra difficulty of a ferry, it's like I'm in a fucking fairy tale where I'm on an island. I got to escape the island to get to where I want to go.
Toledo.
And do you know Chloe Cronkite?
Yes, it's my cousin.
Okay. And so Taylor Morgan is your first cousin,
Yes.
and that is her daughter.
Yes.
And did you have how often would you see Chloe?
Whenever that my aunt Carlina and Uncle Jamie would have Chloe, I would see her probably about 2 to 3 times a week because I would ask my grandma Gloria if I could go and see Chloe because I missed her and I would like spending time with her when my aunt and uncle would have her.
And would that go on for a number of years?
I would say yeah, for about 4 or 5 years. 4.
Okay. And does that include the time period when there was alternating parenting time between Ori and Taylor?
Yes.
Okay. So you have seen her quite often.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And did you see Jamie and Carlina interact with her?
Yes, I did.
I guess, can you just give me a general description of how their interactions were?
When Kelsey would drop Chloe off, she loved me. Like she would run up to me, but also she would just run up and where is Nana and Papa? And just
Objection, hearsay.
All right, Carlina,
Sustain.
you cannot say what other people said, just what you witnessed.
Okay, so when Chloe, sometimes I would already be there because I knew that Chloe was coming over. So I would already be there at the house waiting, with my grandma because I don't have a car. And Chloe would instantly just run to Aunt Carlina and Uncle Jamie's room.
So I guess walk me through. Would Carlina and Jamie provide financially? Did you witness that for Chloe?
Yes, we would go to TJ Maxx together, me, Chloe, and my aunt. We would all three go to TJ Maxx together. They would get her stuff, toys, and she would bake.
Would she cook for her?
Yes.
Okay. Did she do the cleaning and her laundry?
Yes, she even bought a little play set for Chloe, and Chloe would always want to help her clean. I might have to well, one second. Um, she bought her a little play set with a mop and everything, so that they could all clean together. And she would be, no, no, I want to help you clean. And,
Okay, just legal, you
Objection.
can't say what she says.
okay. Right.
Would you ever see Carlina or Jamie bathe? I mean, did Carlina make sure that she was appropriately bathed?
Yes.
Okay. So would Carlina do that?
Yes.
Okay. Did you ever see Carlina or Jamie engage with educational activities with Chloe?
Yes. She would read books with her and play dolls with her, and they would lay on the love seat together and cuddle. And when Chloe was there, as soon as her papa, Uncle Jamie, got home, and he would lay on and Chloe would just run on him and jump on him and lay on the floor with him.
She openly show signs of affection to both of them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
In which way?
She would love on them, hug them, and she would wrap her little arms around their neck. And she was like, I want not.
Hey,
Objection.
You cannot say what the child says. So I know it's difficult to do, but just understand that you can't do that.
Okay. Sorry.
But she was very touchy, feely, and just constantly around them and wanting to hug and all that stuff. Correct? I'm sorry?
Yes, sir.
And did she have a close bond to both of them?
Oh, yeah.
And how do you know that?
Well, for the past 2 to 3 years, she was over there often, and I would see the reaction that she would have with them by, how much she would go out with them, out to eat, and the way that she loved on them. And she would always run with her nana to the kitchen. And if Uncle Jamie wasn't home, and as soon as Uncle Jamie got home, she would run to him, and then she'd giggle and laugh and come back to me. And it just looked, she was the look on her face, and she'd be like, like just laughing, giggling, running back and forth to all three of us.
Did you ever see Jamie or Carlina ever abuse Chloe?
No, never.
If she ever got disciplined, do you know what discipline it was? Do you ever witness any discipline?
No, not at all.
Okay.
If anything, it would be, like maybe a timeout for 2 minutes.
Okay. Was there at any point that you hear Jamie or Carlina bashing Ori or Kelsey in front of Chloe?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Did you ever hear Jamie or Carlina bashing or talking negatively about Ori or Kelsey in front of Chloe?
Never.
Okay. And so were there times that you were around and you would see Kelsey come pick up Chloe?
Yes.
How would you describe um Chloe's reaction or demeanor? Would it change?
Oh, yeah.
Could you describe it to the court without any hearsay or what she said?
So she would be loving on me and, on Nana and Papa, Uncle Jamie, Carolina. And as soon as we would tell her, that they're here, Kelsey was there, she would I would say, bye, TP loves you. And she
Jackson,
wouldn't,
who is saying that? I'm sorry, you're really hard to hear.
I think she was saying what she was telling the
Yeah,
Okay.
she was.
so
You can go
when
ahead.
I would tell her, bye, TT loves you, and then she wouldn't even look at me or turn back at me as soon as she was at the door with Kelsey.
And so Kelsey was already in the room.
Yeah, she would be at the front door of my Aunt Carlina and Uncle Jamie's, and her whole demeanor changed. But before that, she would be crying on the floor, I remember, and she would bang her little hand and just cry, cry, cry. And because,
Was it pretty evident she didn't want to go back home?
yes,
And did that happen often?
yes, almost every other week that she was there, yes.
9 minutes left, you guys. We can make it. We can do it. I can do more than this on the elliptical. This is tougher than the elliptical. I'm ready to quit, but we're not gonna. But Aaron, you are pushing me to my.
Did you
fucking
ever
limit.
see verbal abuse towards Chloe by Carlina or Jamie?
No, never.
Have you ever seen Carlina or Jamie um, be physical or sexually abuse any of their children?
No, never.
To the best of your, I guess, would you see interactions between Ori and Carlina and Jamie before November 2023?
Yes.
I mean, how would you describe those interactions?
Um, they all got along. They would laugh, and he would be in the room, or he would be in there laughing, and every day we're all just getting along, and Chloe was in the room and everything. I mean, it was fine. Everything was fine.
And um, did you see anything that by Carlina or Jamie where they were not encouraging a close relationship between Chloe and Ori?
Um, no.
So they essentially didn't interfere with Ori in general. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Were Carlina or Jamie really ever hostile towards Ori that you could see?
No, never. They always got along great.
Until November or December of 23?
Yes, and me and my grandma both at the same time tried to see Chloe in November, and because I was gonna leave to go to Florida, so I was like, Grandma, can you please see if we can see Chloe? And we're
I spent over a month in the south of America last year, in Texas and Florida. But yes, I want to travel. I want to see all the things. I want to go to every U.S. state. Every single one of them. I'd like to go there. Anyways, we have 6 minutes left, you guys. We can do it. We can do it. We can do it. We can do anything. Whew.
apply, no anything, and it was just it came up with excuses or nothing happened at all. No response.
Yeah. And have you ever seen any
Oklahoma.
domestic violence between Carlina and Jamie?
No, never.
And are you aware of any uh, mental or physical health issues of either of them that would prevent them from um, being a good grandparent to Chloe?
No.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Okay. Miss Reed, any cross?
No, Your Honor.
Oh, thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Ms. Toledo. That will conclude your testimony. You're free to go. Have a good day.
Also,
Thank
yeah,
you.
they're frozen.
Well, at this
the
point,
way
I
it
see
is.
it's approximately 25 to 5, so we'll probably end now at this point, only because I do have to have staff out before 4:45.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we've just, some of the other judges may have not mentioned that we're instructed that we have to have staff out of the building by 4:45. So, I mean,
Remember
there's
the old
obviously,
days? You'd be there till 6.
well, I won't tell you. I had a couple trials in Kalamazoo with Carol McKenzie, actually, and one we were there until 1:30 a.m.
Oh,
on
no.
a Friday night, and the same on a Saturday night when they had us come in. No, I'm sorry, Friday night and then Monday night. The trials went both those days until 1:30 a.m. In fact, the judge always would let us go about 10:30 because we had to move our cars out of the city parking garage because they closed at 11. So latest trials I ever had.
Hey, I'm willing to bring back night court. I just don't think many other people are.
Yeah. Well, I'm not, so
Okay.
some of the other judges may embrace it, but that's fine. I see it was mentioned that we have a continuation on October 1st. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
Okay, that's it. That's all, folks. They're back October 1st. Judge does not want to be in court till 1 a.m. That is Judge Manning's alley. Night court, ladies and gentlemen. No, seriously, night court is funny. I don't know what time October 1st. It's not as critical with him because he leaves up his videos. Hi, Loud. What's cooking tomorrow? Tomorrow, what's cooking is whatever doesn't get cooked tonight. The roommate brought home a large thing of blueberries from the mainland because he was over there for work today, and it was only $7. We love a bargain, which is a great deal. So something probably with blueberries, perhaps muffins. I might make a compote. You know what I'm saying? You got a new job and that's the first day? That's cool. We get it. The good news is this shit stays up forever. It's always on the internet. Anyways, I hope that you guys are doing well. I thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And don't forget, tomorrow we got Chase is back. That's so exciting, but I'm first. That's right. I'll be live before they will, so I'll remind you again later. Remember that I love you, I am proud of you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.
Always down and ready to ride.